Yo, good morning guys, welcome to the stream. Another stream from me on my new channel, on my new TikTok channel. Welcome. So I haven't traded for the last few days because I've been busy, unfortunately. But we're back. I'll be on today and tomorrow. Friday I'm not here because I'm going up to the northeast to watch Newcastle v Wolves. I'm away for the weekend. However, we're back. Welcome. If you're new to the channel and you're just watching recording or whatever like that, make sure you like, subscribe and put the notifications on. Okay, but welcome. So my name's Peter Crow. I am here. I will be trading Forex today. The pairs I'll be trading is gold, NAS and oil. However, I think I'm going to divorce them very soon because being a bitch. They're going all-time highs. If you're watching on TikTok, head over to YouTube. You can see the charts I'm trading. But yeah, other than that, guys, I'm welcome. The way the streams go, nice and relaxed. The streams are nice and relaxed. Anything could happen. Technical issues, whatever. I could be sat here in silence for hours waiting. Because this is trading. Okay? A lot of the time it's just waiting. So, nice and chilled. Relaxed vibe. Grab a cup of tea. Come and join us. Learn something. 3 months of these live sessions and you'll be absolutely fine. Okay. So, let's start off because I'm really interested. I've not even looked at the charts and I'm really interested to see what is going on. So let's start off with gold. Let's see this. So let's go straight into a top down. Now we are 10 days through the month, right? Look at gold. So if you remember, we had these 3 doji style candles, okay? And then what we said is we need some liquidity in order to keep driving up. Now the only thing what could push price up is news. If news keeps coming out, okay? And it's bad for the dollar and good for gold. So I think that's what's happening. News keeps pushing price up and up and up and up. And unfortunately, there's nothing we can really do about it. We've just got to adjust accordingly. Now, I don't like it when it's like this, all-time highs, because the way I trade is previous data. And at the moment, we haven't got any previous data. So it makes all the trades a lot more difficult. Okay, but I'm sure we'll still catch something, man. So the monthly doesn't really give us much, really. It's just we've got no bottom wick, no top wick on here. Could we see this monthly flip to the downside and fake out? If we get that next month, fantastic. Because you now broke back below this level. We could then see price come all the way back down to these rounding 2752 areas. Yeah, but we need that monthly close, ideally bearish. If we don't, I don't know where price is going. It's just going to keep going up and up to the moon, I think. So, is my music on? Okay, so what's the weekly doing then? So, the weekly range we've got is this. So, this is the area for the weekly. Now, we've had that break. We haven't had a retest yet, which I would like, a retest. And then we can either look at buys, or if we close back in, we can look at sellers to come further down. But we haven't had it. Right? We haven't done anything. So, the weekly really doesn't help us. We've pushed up, created a top wick. We haven't had much of a bottom wick. So could we see the weekly flipping to the downside? Yeah, we could do. Or we could just keep pushing. So really difficult again. Or it's funny because I only started this channel last week. And last week, gold and NAS went to all-time highs, which pissed me off. So and it just makes it a lot more difficult in regards to trading. So it's good for you trading because you can, you can learn a lot, especially if you trade through this hard times. Makes it easier. in the long run. Okay, so daily, what's a daily done? So now we did get a bearish close on the daily, but here's the thing with gold. Gold can give you a bearish close and completely fuck you off and carry it on pushing. Okay, and that's what we could be getting now. We've had a bearish close on the daily. We had no bottom wick. The new candles opened up, created a bottom wick for it, and now pushing to the upside. So again, gold can do whatever it wants. The daily doesn't really help us because this daily can end up bullish or can flip bearish. Again, doesn't really help us. 6 hour, we did get a break to the low. And then we had a fake out back into the area. So we broke out. Then we closed back into the area. And now we're pushing to fill the rest of the range. And where's the rest of the range? The rest of the range is here. That is the rest of the range. So again, 6 hours filled the range. It's not giving us any space to work with to grab any trades. For me to take buys above, I would need a 6 hour close above here, and then I'd look for buys above. And let's go to the 4 hour. I don't really use the 6 hour though, but I do just jump on now and again. The 4 hour is the same situation. So the 4 hour range is actually here. So could we maybe grab between here and here? I'm not sure because the 6 hour has actually filled its range. So I think a lot of people could get caught out here. If the 6 hour is going to reject from here, it means the 4 is not going to fill the range. Therefore, people will be looking at buys to fill the rest of the range, but the 6 might flip from this area. So trap area, I would say. This is definitely a trap area. Be very careful at the moment. What else have we got? When's the 6 hour closing? 2 hours left for the 6. The 4 had no top wick. What am I doing? Mark the 6 up like that. Put this pebble. Get cold here now. That's why I've got my hoodie on. Get cooled. 3, 2. Guys, it's awful. Awful. If we can identify an area on the 1, we might have to just take 1 hour trades, but so that's what I've got on the 1. Probably that. We've got a zone here of the 1 hour time frame. Yeah, I would probably say that. And then the previous one, if you look at the previous one's closed respected. So could we see this one? There's 52 minutes left of this one. Could we see a flip back to the downside with this one? And if we're going to get that, what would we want to see? Well, we would want to see smaller time frames, maybe breaking below these levels. If the 1 closes bearish, how long will that be left on the 6 and the 4? That will be another 1 left on the 6. Very good. I think we need some more candles to print, guys. We're going to have to see what the 4 and the 6 does. To see if the 6 is going to fill its range. And then, so if this 6 closes above this level, we could look at buys. If it closed respecting, we could look at sells. But we would need some bearish closes for sells. So very, very difficult on gold at the moment. Gold is not giving me much at all. We're going to have to wait for some more candles to print, I think. Gold. So let's leave gold for now. We have got a 1 hour zone here. The next 1 hour zone is these levels, which is the 4 hour zone. Yeah, the 4 hour zone. But I don't like the 6. 6 has got 2 hours left. The 6 could reject from around these levels. We've got contradiction, but what we could do is if the 1 closes like this, okay, we've now broke out. Then if we get a steep bottom wick, then we can maybe get buy stops on to come up to fill the rest of the range. Okay. Something in my eye. I get it out. But we need a steep bottom wick. Okay. But that's all we've got on gold at the moment. So we'll see how this 1 hourly closes. See if we can grab something from there. We'll have a look at NAS. If nothing, then we'll go down to lower time frames and look, see if we can grab some scalps. If we can grab some scalps, fantastic. But remember, scalps are a lot more riskier because they're not high probability, because we're not going off the higher time frames. We're looking at the likes of swoop entries and things like that. Okay, so let's have a look at NAS. That was a lovely trade the other day. Lovely trade. Okay, let's have a look at what NAS 100 is doing, or US Tech, or US 100. All the same. All the same. So monthly, we closed bullish on the monthly again, and we've been very bullish for the last few months. So again, the monthly's not really giving us much. It doesn't tell us much of a story. This monthly can end up being bullish or bearish or doji. It can do anything at the moment because we're all-time highs. We've got, on the weekly, we also closed bullish. We did have a minor support in around these levels, but we've closed bullish now, respecting it, but we haven't filled the range. So this weekly could easily drop and close respecting. Still close bullish, but close respecting. So we're still not any the wiser on the weekly. The weekly can still do anything. This weekly can still flip as well. This could just be a retest of this zone. So the weekly doesn't help us again. Daily, what is the daily range we've got? So we've got a zone here. Did we break above? Did we close respecting? Don't know. What we could do is, if the daily closes back into the range, like so, we could potentially look at sells to come down. That would be the weekly, maybe coming down for a steeper bottom wick, as we did break this low. So this weekly didn't break the low. Yes, but that would be tomorrow. But other than that, this daily can still do anything. Got the 6. God, it's fucking awful, guys. I won't lie. It's awful. Awful, awful. No bottom wick on the 6. Morning, Paolo. Love that name. It sounds like a porn name. Like if you were a porn star, that would be your name, Paul. I can just image it now as well. Image it. I don't know why my zoom's not bloody well. Okay, let's finish this top down and I'll get the zoom open. 6 hour. Again, it's just, it can do anything. You've got no bottom wick on it. Could have flipped. It hasn't fully filled the range for me. 4. Really bad, guys. We've got a 2 hour. That's the 2 hours zone there. And we filled it. But we haven't closed bearish. I'm not sure I would take a wing back sell from these levels. Man, we are respecting this level 23918. But do we need to break the highs before? We're very bullish on every time frame. Bullish, 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 bullish. 3 needs to close. The 3 did close respecting. 4 needs to fill the range. So if we wait for the 4 to close and we close respecting, we could look at potential sells, but again, it's risky. So we're gonna have to wait for the 4 to close on. Yeah, we would need the 4 to close in 2 hours time. Not very good, guys. I won't lie. Let's have a look at oil. So we've got to wait for the 4 to close on NAS. We need some more candles to print. Okay, so we'll wait for the 4 to close. Let's have a look at oil, because oil has been messing about. So, this is what I've got on oil. I'm expecting price, believe it or not, to come up. Close above 67.61 or below 57.23. In here is no trade for me. It's a no trade zone in here. I either need a weekly close above 67.61 or, do you know what, let's mark this up. Eyes above. Close. We either need a weekly close above or a daily close below 57.23, but at the moment, Rockies can do anything. We're creating another bottom there. Don't really go down any lower time frames from here. Very niche. Very niche. It is. Right, I need another pair, Paolo. I need another pair to look at because the way NAS and oil is going at the moment, I'm just about to put some divorce papers in. So give me another pair where I can trade. What do you reckon? Oh, look at XRP breaking out there. So I used to trade GJ. Let's have a look at GJ. So what's going on with GJ? Monthly. We did close bearish on the monthly, but we're still respecting this level. Still respecting this level. But could this monthly flip to the downside? Potentially. We got any previous data? What's happened in and around these areas? Click this on. Yeah, we're still respecting that level. We've got another area here on the monthly. This is quite a prominent area. We haven't tapped yet. So I'd imagine we probably need to come and tap that level. That's the zone we're in. Basically, this looks like it's a bit of a nest play. This looks like a nest play. So we could just carry on with this monthly. Could we see the monthly come all the way up to 202, maybe? What's the weekly done? Weekly has closed bullish. Got a gap in the market. That's a big gap. Daily. Awful. Now I remember why I didn't stop trading this. Yeah. So at the moment, guys, we're waiting on gold and NAS. If you've got any other pairs you want me to look at, which I need another one now, to be honest with you, drop it in the chat. I'll have a look. I'll do a top-down analysis on it. But GJ, it's not looking any different. I like GJ either. Where is GJ? I used to scalp on GA. This used to be my go-to pair, GA. Let's have a look. So, top down on GA. What have we got? We closed bullish on the monthly. We didn't actually move much on the monthly. Came up for a top wick. We've now got we broke the highs. So we have got some liquidity. But I would imagine a wick fill, 50% at least. I would imagine a wick fill on this candle before driving down. Or would probably want a wick fill on this candle before driving down. We haven't really had that. That's our weekly range there. 2049. We filled the range. We would need to close below that in order to take sells. Daily. We're breaking out this level now. But you can still reject from around these levels. You actually reject quite a lot. Did we break a high pre? So this is what I do is when I think, okay, we keep rejecting from here. Keep rejecting from here. Is this one now going to drive through? And the way you can find out if it's going to drive through, what has it done? What has it done previously? Did it break a high? So did this break a high? Well, it did break a high. But if you think about it, this one didn't break these ones. Where would the liquidity be? So at this point, liquidity would be above the high. I would imagine all the money's here. So this one didn't break the high. And this one only broke this high. So is that enough liquidity to drive through? If this had broke the high and grabbed all this money here, broke these highs, I would say yes, I would be looking at price flying straight through. But because we didn't take that prominent high, probably see another rejection. Another rejection, come back up. And if that's the case, could we look at sells? Sorry, buys. Maybe a wing back buy from these levels. 20473 off the daily, even. Maybe. And then because the previous daily is actually closed respecting. If we look at that previous daily, that's closed respecting. So this daily could flip to the upside at any point today. Weekly did much. Yeah, the weekly is respected as well. So this has got no top wick. Could this weekly flip to the upside? You get out of this as well as if the weekly would close below. That's it. You just look to manage risk. The thing is, though, this might have done its move. Let's go down the lower time frames. We could potentially have a set up. If the daily closes like this, right, this wouldn't be valid. So this daily would have to activate it. So if we look left, and you look at this level, you've got a daily close there into this area, but look how far it touched. So we could be on that and then price comes through. I mean, it plays out in the end, but you want the daily just to pop down, tap, and then flip to the upside. Where would stops need to be? This is an interesting one. If you put stops here, you cover this if you're wrong. But you could maybe have a swoop entry here with stops below them levels if you are just going to look at something like this. Now, then you could also ask, well, where's the liquidity from the downside? Well, the liquidity from the downside is here, below this level. So do we need to come and tap that level and break these lows? And if so, are these stops the better option? Let's have a look, see what else we got. So that's a potential. We've got the 6 hour. What's the 6 hour done? So we're looking at these levels really. What is this? How has the 6 hour acted previously to what we're seeing now? And we're just trying to copy the next move. That's all we're doing. That's all trading is. You just sort of, you're looking at probabilities. How many times has it done it? Well, if 10 times we've rejected from here, the likelihood of it happening again is pretty high really. So could we see a rejection from 20456? Now, if I'd seen this off the 6 hour with no bottom wick, and if this candle can come down and tap, I will probably take a buy. Because I would expect this 6 hour to flip because the previous 6 got no bottom wick. So, yeah, we might have some wing back buys on here. But there's also areas where price could reject from these levels where we're at and not get activated. But at this point, you're looking at coming all the way back up. So you'd be looking at something like this. That's what you'd be looking at. Technically a 7 to 1 if we can catch it. Your get out would be the 6 hour close and below. Let's have a look at the 4 first. What's the 4 doing? So okay, so the 4's slightly different. So the 4's broke the lows. So the 4 puts you off a bit now because you have broke the lows. We've got to look at all the times when the 4's closed here, what has price done next? Oh. We've got 4. Yeah, silver moves similar to gold though, Paolo. US 30, I used to trade US 30. The thing with US 30, it's quite slow for London, then New York. As soon as it opens in New York, it just goes, absolute goes. You can have a look though, UK 100. UK 100 is a one I've been meaning to get onto to have a look. So yeah, no, nice one for that. I'll have a look at UK 100. We'll have a look at that shortly. So if we look at the 4 no bottom wick. So could we see a bullish 4 on this one potentially? Let's have a look at the times we've had no bottom wick down here. So no bottom wick there. Not much of a bottom wick there, and we ended up bullish. All came down at it. We've got no bottom wick, then we closed doji. All close. Don't call me shortly. Don't call me shortly. What do you mean? Or shorty, you mean? Don't be shorty. I think we could look at this. Bring back buy on GA, which is probably the first time I've took a different pair on stream. In my get out is if the the 6. It's the daily. It's if the daily closes below here. The daily closes below this level, you just look to get out, even though you could still play out here and here. Or would you use the weekly? Let's have a look at the weekly. The weekly looks like it needs to sort of fill the range. I do like that. Take partial move to break even would be 20519. Even if you drive down, when this one doesn't play out, more going off these ones. Okay. Okay, let's see if we can come down. I'm interested in this, guys. GA, we're looking at. Yeah. Okay, so I am actually liking GA. I think we could get a rejection from 204573. We haven't had much liquidity. We didn't break any highs on the way down at the moment. We might need to break this low though. That's the only downside. If we need to break this low, we should just get a little pop down and then back in to the area. But yeah, other than that, it's not too bad. Okay, so GA we'll keep an eye on. Let's have a look at its futures. Let's have a look at UK 100. Let's see what the crack is going on here. A lot. To be honest, this is all-time highs as well. This is the thing. When it's all-time, so the way I trade is I use previous data. What previous data? Have a look what price has done in the past, and then it's probability. Yeah, work out probabilities. Now at the moment, when the all-time highs, what previous data have you got? Well, all I've got really at the moment on UK 100 is this wick, and this other candle. That's the only data I've got to go off. It's not ideal. Daily bullish. When you're all-time high, everything becomes riskier. Got 3 hour close there. 2 hour close. Where would the daily go? Daily close bullish. Need a steeper bottom wick for buys up. Oh, it did close bullish. Didn't break the high on the 4. I would need a bottom wick buy, and then I'd like the buys up. Broke out to the upside. Let's see what this hour does. I mean, you had a breakout on the 1. Breakout on the 1. If the 1 closes back into the area and we get a nice top wick, we can look at sells down, because you would have had a fake out, but you got to rule out the fake out back to the upside, because you are bullish technically. Yeah, you could look at that actually. If we go, let's say this. All right. So if we go, I'll close back to the area. Get a steep top wick. We can't break this low. If we break this low with this 1 hour, that's it. No trade, because that's your advantage point now. Why would you fake out here like this? Well, it's probably because we need to break the lows before driving up. Remember I said off the daily? So the daily is telling me that, yes, you broke out on the daily, you broke above this, but you need a bottom wick down to this level. For me to take buys, I'd need a bottom wick. So if this daily is going to come down and give us a bottom wick to tap this, to retest this level, how would we look? How would this daily candle look? Or within that, all these smaller candles, how would it look coming down? Well, you would want to see price breaking back into the lows. And we mark this up as well. 6 hours had a liquidity grab. You've got 126 left of the 6. Oh, another grab. This 4 might come and do it. There's an hour and 20 left of this 4. 3 closed bearish, not much of a bottom wick. Hour and 20 left of this 3. 2. 1 hour 25 left. So if the 2 is going to drive down, Is it going to drive, or do we need a 2 close for a fake out and then the new 2 comes up? That means we're not going to drive for the next hour. That means the next hour should give us that top wick we're after. Again, look at the 2s here. Okay. Probably take the 1 actually. I need a top wick though. If I don't get a top wick, I wouldn't take it. So basically, if this 1 closes like this, okay, I would then need a top wick to tap previous support. So I would need the new candle to open up, come up, tap, and then I would expect to flip to the downside. And the 2 can actually come all the way down to these levels. So that means the next 1, we could see a 1 as big as that. UK 100. Stops would only need to be the high because we technically shouldn't break this high again unless we're wrong. The only downside to this, again, we haven't got much data to go off, so every trade is, we've literally only got, I believe this, we've only got, let me have a look. Yeah, that's how we've got. So even though we're very bullish, the weekly was bullish, that means this weekly could carry on pushing. I don't actually like the weekly. I prefer the weekly for buys. I prefer the daily for buys, but I need a bottom wick. So we're saying can this daily come down, give us a bottom wick? So could we catch the sellers down for the flip? All a lot more riskier. Everything's a lot more risky, guys. What I do know is we have got a zone here which we've closed respecting, and we're bearish on the 6. So is this 6 going to flip to the downside and drive down? Which it's got an hour and 20 left on it. Okay, we might take it sell in 22 minutes. Guys, I'll be back in a second, right? We've got a few things going on. You just got to understand every trade's a lot more riskier. But our risk management should be on point. So we don't get in any trade unless we're willing to lose that money. Okay. So we have got a few things going on. I'm gonna go make another brew. And then yeah, we'll see what we can catch. I'll be back in a second. Do I need to no. Making a brew. People will hate me spelling it like that, especially. Hopefully, Andrew Hanking will be watching. Making a brew, be back in 2 minutes. Hopefully, Andrew Hankel will be watching. I'm going to circle this because he'll hate I've spelled it like that. Hate, he will. Right, I'll be back in a second, guys. Okay, guys, we are back. We're on. I've got my cup of tea. We're on. Thank you if you're watching on TikTok. I'm new to TikTok. I'm not really clued up with TikTok. I really like social media, believe it or not. I only like it for business. That is it. I think it's the downfall of man. Social media, believe it or not. Sound proper old, don't I? Proper old. just think that's where we get a lot of our mental health from. Mental health issues. That's why suicide rate's so high, because of social media. I do believe that. Okay, what's happening here? So look at the one now rejecting. Ooh, look at that 30. Let me check if there's any news here. We've got 10 o'clock. It's low impact. PPI today. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, we would need the one to close below this level really. The 30th close respect. Yeah, we'll come back to it. We'll see what what's GA doing. Yeah. So the 2 closed as of yet. If we close bullish on this 4, I'm not sure we'll pop down. I'm not sure we'll pop down. Where's my this ideally this 4's got to be the one that taps it. If this 4 doesn't tap it, I don't know whether I would take this wing back buy. So ideally, let's see what the 4 does. We've got our layer there. Let's go back to gold. See if we can do some scalps. Daily can do anything. Absolutely anything. So we have got a 1 hour zone, which we haven't broke out yet. But if this one breaks above, then we broke out technically. But that would be the 6 hour closing respecting. If it doesn't close above. So you've got a 6 hour zone here. So this 6 hour could close respecting, right? This is what I'm saying, I could catch a lot of people out of this, because if the 6 hour closes respecting, the new 6, yes, could give us a top wick, but then flip, come back down, because we're still respecting this level. But if you look at the 4, people be looking at the 4 and go, okay, well the 4 needs to fill the range, which it might do, okay. All I'm saying is we've got contradiction with the two time frames. So the 2, people be looking and think, okay, the 2 needs to fill the range, but if the 6 is going to reject from here, then the 4 is not going to fill the range. So in order to take buys up off the 4, I would need a steep bottom wick, basically is what I'm saying. I need a steep bottom wick first, just to rule out the fake out, if we're going to get that fake out. The 2's tapping previous support now. The 2 range is this, probably say that. There's no point in even going down the lower time frames. The gold has sort of filled its ranges at the moment, so we even need a break above or below, but I'm not sure we'll have a... No thanks, Swan. God, look at these 30s. Still respecting these levels. So we've clearly got a zone here on the 30. This is a zone on the 30. I would probably want a close respecting that, the 30. And then I would like the next 30 to close back in. Difficult, guys, very difficult at the moment. Very difficult. Let's see how this one closes in 8 minutes. So the ones, respect. Yeah, how much of a top wick on the next one? Still got another hour for the 2, another hour for the 3. So basically all the time frames close in the next hour. It's going to be interesting to see if we do reject from this level. Now, what we could do, but it is riskier, right? If we are going to reject from this level, what would it look like? Well, if this one closes bearish, and we then get a top wick, I might look at a swoop entry. So swoop entry is low risk. So it's like, let's say you're on a 50k account. So I'm on a 50k account, right? I'm basically saying, okay, well, if we're going to reject from here, if you look at the 6 has got no bottom wick. Could we flip on the 6, which is another hour? And if we're going to flip, it means the next hour is going to be the one more flips, right? So if we get a bearish one like this, and then the next 1 hour opens up, pulls back, could we enter, stops just above the high, could we enter for the flip for the 1 to come down, because the 6 is going to flip? But what we would do is, let's say we entered here, we'd say, okay, how much are we willing to risk to see if we're right? That's all it is. How much are we willing to risk to see if we're going to reject from here? That's it. So you might say, okay, well, I'm willing to risk $50 to see if we're right here. So it's one of them trades where swoop entry is it's less probable, but it's less risk because you stops. You're only risking a certain amount of money. And then if you're right and you do get activated here, then fantastic. You come and fill the rest of the range. But obviously the value of your pips is a lot less. But it is going to be interesting to see if we are going to reject from here. Another thing you can do with the swoop entry, so if you look at some areas, let's say we're going to push back up with the new hours. If the 5 closed above, you could just get out. That's it. Do we need to break the high again? Do we need to break the high again? So yeah. So what did we look like around here? So we've never ever on NAS, well, it looks like we've never rejected on the 15s around these levels. We've never rejected here. So this would be new data. Don't like new. 2 things what can catch us out: new data and fake outs. Awful, 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 awful. Awful, 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 awful. That is still bullish. This could easily flip. You can clean traffic range all the way up to here, but Fuck. Guys, it's honestly, it's minging. Nas and gold are minging because they're all-time highs. I'm trying to see if we can grab a scalp. To be honest with you, I'm even looking at US 100, sorry, UK 100 and GA at the moment, but very, very difficult. We need a bearish close here. If we get a bearish close on this, we might take this swoop entry, low risk, to come down. Only because we're basically saying, does the 6 need a bottom wick? We haven't. We broke out. We didn't retest. That is it. That's all we're grabbing hold of, really. That's all we've got to grab hold of. The 4's got no top wick there. If we could get that fake out back in. Nice, I'm just not too sure. So we'll see what happens on this one, which is in 3 minutes. Gold, now going on gold. I think we're going to have to wait another hour on gold. We might have trades in an hour's time. Look at this one now, flipped. Just a bottom wick, flipped. Could we reject from here? Potentially. We didn't close. This is why it's important to wait and have the discipline to wait. Wow. I wouldn't be interested in that. I'd need a steeper bottom wick in order to take buys, I think. Yeah. Disgustan. Disgustan. It's nice. GA. Missed that as well. Oh my god. Welcome, guys. What I need to do is put on something on here. So what we have, this is a brand new channel, right? And I will not pay for subscribers like a lot of channels do. A lot of the channels, they're paid for their subscribers. I will not do it. I refuse to do it. Okay. However, 17. So I want to put a little thing on here. Aim is to get to our goal of 100. I'll create a little. Yeah, I would have took this wing back buy from 20457, but I needed this 4. This 4 really needed to be the one what taps it. When you push down into these levels, the first bullish 4, you just start coming back up. Come on, give us a break. Give us a break. It's a new 1 hour now. What were we looking at? One, was it nice? Okay, so 1 hour has closed bearish. We've closed bearish. If I can get a top wick, I might take a swoop entry on NAS 100. Riskier trade, guys, right? But I need a top wick. If price just drives down now, it's not my trade today. It's counter trend. Very risky. The 2 could flip to the upside at any point. Would I take it actually? 3 still respecting. Don't need a steeper top wick. 4 is close, so the 4 is gonna have to close up here. Do you know what? I'm not gonna take that. I'm not gonna take that, guys, because the 4 looks like it needs to. There's nothing bouncing off the 4, so if we wanted this 4 to flip to the downside, it'd have to bounce off some support. There isn't any support here. Okay, the support is this, so that means this 4 has to close bullish, respecting. So therefore, we're not going to drive down. So yeah, I'm not going to take that either. I'll have to wait for the 4 to close. I'll be on till 10 at least, guys. I'll be on till 10. Ooh, look at the 1. Look what the 1 done. Close doji. Ooh, that is interesting. They're rejected again. We're still respecting these levels, and we grabbed liquidity. Can we get a wick fill? 15. Oh my god. Okay, guys, I think I'm gonna get in off the 15. Yeah, I'm in off the 15 on gold. Okay, if we come back up now, this is just not the move. It's not the day, really. I'm in on the 15. My stops are just the high of the 15. My take partial move to break even is if we break the low, previous low. So this is my take partial move to break even here. Take partial move to break even is here. And all it is that 30 is rejected. I would prefer a wick fill of this 30 because he's still bullish on this 30, right? We're still bullish. So I would imagine a wick fill of 50% at least, ideally tapping this level. If we do come back up, I'll probably take another position. I'm only low risk on this. I'm 0.5%. Nothing. $250, something like that. Okay. The 30, the 1 hour is still respecting this level. Okay, we haven't broke above this level. So that probably would be our managed risk. If the 1 closes above there, we look to get out. This is a new hour, so the hours close respecting this level. The 30 grabbed liquidity and dropped and still closed respecting 3644. So now that we've respected that, I would imagine you probably need to break a low in order to break the highs again now. Unless it's just completely duped us. He's that top wick now. We could have waited for the top wick. If you're not in, right? So what I'm going to do, if you're not in, you could just get a sell stop. The only thing I don't like is no bottom wick on the 15. We get this on my trade IDs quickly. If we can. All these trades are a lot riskier, so if you don't like it, get out, right? I normally only take high probability trades, but there's literally nothing at the moment. So I think we, just because all-time highs, we have to be a bit more riskier. We're going to miss this now. Good. Let's price out 3643. 0. Stop loss would be this is gone, as I think. Stop loss would be 3, 6, 4, 4, 8, 8, 3. TP1 B 3, 6, 4, 2, 4, 1. TP2 I have down here at 3624. 3624 23. I need this price to come back up really for these guys to get in. We need to. It looks like we need to break a low, right? Why did we fake out? Why did we close back in? So, and that's all it is. We grab liquidity, then we close bearish. Why? Why did we do it? Well, it probably tells me we need liquidity, so we're going to have to break a low, I would imagine. And that's the only low. So I think that's the advantage point. We've got an advantage point. You always want an advantage point. Okay, now we can get in. Okay. Now, my get out of this. Oh, I was just about to say, if the 5 closes back above. How many minutes are left? 8 minutes left to the 15. What does 30 do? I would prefer that wick fill. 1 hour. The 1 hour is still respecting this level. My get out of this really is if the 1 probably closes above in 52 minutes. If it does, it's just caught us out here, guys, but nothing we can really do. Very difficult trading today. All I'm going off is this 15. Why did we close back in? You could also ask the question though from this one. Why did this 15 fake out? Yeah, and we didn't break a low. So we've already done this once. Then we broke a high again. So do we really need to break the low again, or are you going to break the high again? And when prices like this, it's just so difficult. So difficult. What's a 5 done? I don't like the 5 close. What's this 5 going to close here? This rejection. Can this 5 close below? Ideally, we want this 5 closing below 3644. The 5 can stay below there, fantastic. Let's get rid of this. Clean it. 15. Yeah, that's what I've got going on, guys. Might as well do some admin while we wait. We're in. We've got sells on NAS. Please. Good. You've still got another 5 close on the 15. If the 15 closes back above like this, we could look to manage risk and look to get out, because the idea of this is we've got liquidity, we faked out back to the downside, back below this level. So the idea is that the next one now is going to drive. That's the idea of it. And if it doesn't and we close back, and it means we're just fucking about today. That's what it means, we're fucking about. And we could just do this all day if we wanted to, really. So if the 15 closes back in, I'll look to manage risk where we get a bottom weight, we'll look to get out. But at the moment, you've got one more 5-minute candle left of this 15, so you really need this 5. I don't like that 5 close, that's an awful 5 close. So you really need this 5 now to push back down. I'm just not sure what's going to happen. So we'll see. We will see. That's why we're low risk on it, really. If you look at the 30 closed back respecting, but he did close bullish, so you need a wick fill on it. Now, you might break the highs, right? But I would imagine we could look at still respecting these levels, which is the 30 zone. Do you know what? Do we need to take another entry here? Guys, I'm going to take another entry, I think. And if the 15 closes above, I've got another entry on this. The 15 closes above, I'm managing risk. I'm in for another trade. And stops the same lot size. This is the thing, same lot size. And if the 15 closes above, we're looking to manage risk. Okay, so I'm in for another entry. We've got 2 entries on it. So all on the 15. What's the 15 gonna do? Awful day for trading though, guys. I won't lie. It is an absolute awful day for trading. $15's going to close in 2 minutes. Ideally, we need this 15 to close respecting here. However, I'll be looking to get out, but I'm just going to see, because the 15 didn't flip and drive, so I'd want a bottom wick basically. Can we get a bottom wick back down? I'll look to close both. Might even get some profit, because the sweet spot now with these 2 trades is probably there, where you can look to manage to get out both at risk-free. Ideally, we need this 15 to flip, close bearish. That is it. That's the trade. Okay, but I've got 2 positions on this. This is a nice drop. So you're at break even, so if you don't like the trade, you can get out now. Okay? If you don't like it, all on this 15. All on this 15. Can this 15 flip to the downside? Come on, baby. Okay, stand by, because what we might do is close this first position at break even. Okay, but we'll see. We've got 50 seconds of the 15. It's a nice pullback. What's the 5 like? It's a nice 5 closer actually. It's a nice 5 close. Nice 5 rejection. The last time we done this, we came up, sort of rejected from this level. I've got a minor support here. So if this 5 closes like this, could we then see the next 5 top wick? And then that's the one that comes down. Okay, the 15's closed bullish, so I am looking to sort of manage risk really, even though I do like that 5 now. But can we get a top wick and then can we flip with the 5? If we flip with the 5, I'm going to close this one out at break even. I'll go risk free and take partial from the second trade. Or this is just this bearish close, and now we're just going to power up. If it is what it is, guys. It is what it is, unfortunately. Now, no bottom wick though. This is the top wick of the 5 now, if it is gonna flip, right? Or it's probability wise, it's like 50-50, unfortunately. And I don't like these type of trades, but at the moment, it's the only way I'm catching something. So you've got to then go, okay, do we wait? How long do we wait for? Or do we do some scalps, a bit more lower risk? So I am lower risk on these trades, but you've just got to weigh up the risk with the probabilities. That's it. And what you're willing to risk. Like, you should not be putting any trades on it. But if you're getting heart palpitations and sweats when you're in drawdown, you're risking too much. You need to lower the risk. Simple as that. Can we flip? So, like exactly what I said on the 5, right? 5 closed bearish, but this one did as well, and then you still push. So we're not out of the woods. But there is an area here where you were rejected from nicely. So it's a case of, does this 5 need a bottom wick? If it does, I'm going to probably be closing this one out at break even. We'll keep this first one. We'll go risk free on the second one, sorry. Maybe take some partial. But you're highly likely at that point, you're going to be breaking these lows. That's what you're looking to do. So the first one will probably play out as well. But I like to get the risk off the table. So it's completely up to yourself. But if we look at the 30 now, right? So we could look at that. Our managed risk was the 15. But if the 30 closes out, we're definitely looking to get out of these trades. If the 30 closes above this level. Because the only reason we took it is because look at all them 30s. Struggling to break. 1, 2, 3, 4 30s struggling to break. And then look, none of these broke a low. This one broke a low. Then why didn't this carry on? That's it. So do we need more liquidity from the downside in order to drive up? That's all the trades off. Me just saying, okay, I think we might need some more liquidity. That's all I've got to go off, unfortunately. Times like this are really difficult, but it really helps you trading. It really does help you trading because you're constantly trying to work things out. Can this 5 flip? I ideally need this 5 to flip. 2 minutes left. You don't want a bullish close here on this 5, ideally. If this 5 flips, I'm going to go risk-free on the second trade. Okay? If it comes back up, then you're going to be extending. There's only 1 minute left. It means the 5's going to end up closing bullish. Can we get a bottom wick? If we get a bottom wick on this, you could probably see it tapping our first entry anyway. There we go. There's the bottom wick. Just time for it. 5 minutes. 1 minute left. Okay, I'm going risk-free on the second trade, guys. So I'm now risk-free on this one. Okay. If you come back up now and you break the high, looks like the 5's closing bullish, and I'm not really interested. If you look at the 15 now, look at the 15. Okay, what we like 43. Can we just get the rate low? It's a 3. There's a 5. 5 close. Okay. I'm going to be looking to close out my first trade, guys, right? I'm closing out the first trade at break even. That's not this one. I'm going to remove this. With risk free. If you want to take some partial, take some partial. Okay, let's take some partial now. I'm going to take 50% out of the trade. It's not much. Okay, I've took some partial out. Okay, cool. Now in this trade, the risk's gone. We've took some money. We're up. I would say 21 pips we're up on this. Okay. And the risk's off the table. So how nice do you feel now? I only took 50% of that. Not much, right? How nice do you feel now? If this 15 can close below, fantastic. Then this, we just ignore this one. It's gone now. We're back on this first one. Can you come down, break the lows? So that's another win, guys. Another win for the stream. Classed as a win. 2 wins. I'll get that on the logbook soon. Good morning, Andre. Yes, mate, I'll let you in the Zoom. I think that's what I'll do from now on. I'm not going to open the Zoom unless people ask for it. Start. Here we go. So I've literally just made, if you watch on TikTok, just made $50. Okay, it's not much, but what have I done this morning? Sat here in my slippers. Morning, Andre. How are you doing?
Yeah, not too bad, thanks. Yeah, so you managed some risk there. So what, did you break even or?
No, I'm still in. So I've took 50% out. We're up 22 pips. We have 2 entries on it. 2 entries. Yeah. We've closed this second entry because the 15 closed back in straight away in manage risk mode. Yeah. And the first entry we closed out with break even. Second entry we took 50% out, and then we're risk free on this now. Yeah. So it's just a case of seeing, because technically we're still in manage risk mode because the 15 closed back in. Do you need me to share my screen, or are you watching on YouTube?
I can see the YouTube. Yeah.
Thank God for that. I think my computer would explode. So yeah, honestly though, Andre, this is just a proper scalp. It's just a scalp. Like, there's nothing. It's so difficult at the moment. Nothing's lined up. Gold needs another hour, at least. We might have trades at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Sorry, not gold. Nas, I mean. Nas needs another hour. This is just a case to see if gold's going to break these lows now. I did have some setups. Oh, we're there because my lines are gone. So that would be my TP 3629. 362. 2 minutes, mate. I just need to start this empty forward. 3629. Yeah, cool. Yeah, so I did have some other setups on UK 100, believe it or not. And you probably think, ooh. Yeah. Which I did like the look of, but the one flipped back to the upside and closed bullish. I was hoping we would get a fake out on this one. We didn't get it, so now we're gonna have to wait another hour. So that didn't really help. And then GA, I had a wing back buy on GA, and it would have been lovely, but we've got this 4 has to be the one what taps it. I've got a wing back buy from 204574, but this 4 has to tap it. If it doesn't, then I'm just deleting. I haven't actually got it on, but I've just got an alert there ready. But other than that, I mean, look at gold now. There you go. There's our TP1 hit. Nice. Let me get this on the school community. Okay, so if you haven't done so now take partial move to break even. Which is 38 pips on one. And where was the second entry at? It was here, wasn't it? 17. So yeah, it's all on this 15. This 15 can still flip to the upside at any point. Come on. See what we said though, guys watching on stream. For the 15 to close back in like this, we probably need to break a low in order to come up. Look what price has done. Broke that low. Now price could come up if it wants to, because now you've got liquidity. I'm hoping it doesn't, but currently we're on managed risk because the 15 closed back in, but we still managed to get the trade, which is nice. Not a huge amount of money at the moment, but I mean, I think I was up $100 on this account. Sorry, we took 50 out. I think this got up to about 100. So you got anything this morning, Andre?
I got my bots running, but it's this because it runs on 15 minutes, and this setup is terrible for it.
Oh really?
So it's I think I had 2 TPs and I think 5 stop loss. But I will say now for the last 2.5 weeks it is up. I think something like 9 or 10%.
Is it? Very nice.
So overall it's really good. Yeah, but this kind of setup is just terrible for it because it basically looks. I mean, in essence, it looks for a grab, liquidity grab.
Yeah.
Then it waits for a little retracement on the next candle, and then with a stop loss of a small stop loss, 15 pip, and then a 1.75 RR. So yeah, so this morning has just been activate, and then it goes back up. Yeah, so it's just been very counter this morning, but this could be because of the newsletter. It's just sitting here.
Yeah, it's PPI, isn't it, today?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm also, obviously I'm monitoring this live forward testing. I'm doing back testing. I've got different versions of the same bot running with different settings.
Yeah.
See which ones works the best. But yeah, over time, over the past year, it has shown to be profitable.
Yeah.
So now I was just finding one that over a longer period will also show to be profitable, and yeah, so I'm playing around with it.
You got your head screwed on with it, haven't you?
Yeah.
You got your head screwed on with it.
I'm enjoying it, mate. I'm enjoying it.
Good. Glad you found your forte, if you like. Forte.
Found my thing. Yeah. No, it's I've got it running on a little challenge account. That one, it was at -7%.
Yeah.
And it came up to +8 on Monday. I was like, yes, I'm gonna pass my phase 1. But then just yesterday was also terrible, and now today, but it's still in positive, so it's all good.
Well, the 30s broke out, guys, right? Which is not ideal, really. We could come straight up now and pop, unless we get a fake out, but we would need another 30 to get a fake out. But if we act upon what we see, what do we see? The 30's closed above. So really, I mean, if I get stopped, I get stopped. I'm going to hold to see if we can flip, but I might look to close when we start pushing below these levels, because the 30, it's like we sort of just what we're relying on now for because if we want a 30 close back below, if we get a fake out, fantastic, right? Because that's a really good sign we're coming down, and we could be coming down quite far, right? Because this would really suck in. Loads of people be buying now. Where will the stops be? Well, it'll be below these levels. But we don't know if we're going to get this 30 and also this fake out. Also, if you look at the 30, if this 30 rejects from here, if we look left, Where has the 30 ever rejected from this level? It hasn't, really. It hasn't. It's always rejected either from here. That's your next level there. So does this 30 need to come up and close respecting here before coming down? I would think so. But the only thing we can grab hold of is, if you look at this 30, you got a bottom wick. Also, look at this 30 here. You got a bottom wick actually down to these levels. So this is what I'm saying. If we act upon what we see, yes, we could just look at close now in around these levels for more profit. Unless we get a fake out. If you hold and you get that fake out, fantastic. It could be really coming down nicely. But it's whether you want to hold or not. It's completely up to yourself. But at the moment, it's not looking good. Not looking good. I mean, another good thing though is you have got a minor support level here. It's only minor though. And it's only where the body of the candles closed, just the bodies. You think all these candles in here, they actually wicked up to here, and that's where we're at break even. So it's a case of, is this 15 going to give us a bottom wick first before doing that wick to the upside, or is it going to tap us and then fake out to the downside? And then at that point, it might drive, and you're like, shit, I've been stopped out at break even, I didn't take much profit, I wish I got in. And then you revenge trade, you jump back in, and then it flips the other way, and then stops you out. Then you blow on a challenge account, and then you get frustrated, and then you give up trading, and you burn your house down. That's what tends to happen. That's a spiral effect of trading, what it can do to you. Right?
Paying insurance money.
Yeah. So just act upon what you see. Whatever happens, you move on to the next day. So we are still respecting this minor, but it is a minor support level. So I'm going to start trailing my stop, I think, with this. See how far we can get down before. I mean, look at that 5 close. That's a beautiful 5 close. Not good for us, but it's a beautiful bullish 5 close back into the area. We need some closures back below these levels. Let's see what this 5 can do. Can we pop down? Can we pop down? Come on.
Oh, mate, so Nilla's on holiday, right?
Mm.
She booked the last one on holiday, and she got there, and she's sick as a dog.
Oh, really? That's nothing worse.
And now I think one of the kids is sick as well.
Nothing worse than going on holiday and then you're absolutely dreadful. It's where, like, food poisoning. Oh my, it's awful food poisoning.
Yeah. I had that in Egypt.
Did you? I had a Magaluf. Oh my god, it was awful. Yeah. And I'm a big baby, me, when it comes to like illness in my body. Do you know, like, I'm a proper big baby. It break my arm could be hanging off, I'll be fine. I'll put a tourniquet on myself. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when it's inside and I don't have control of it, just psychologically, I'm just so weak. I'm such a baby. Such a baby. Look at this 5. The 5 close bearish. But it's not a convincing 5 bearish close. Can we have a pop down now? Can we have a pop down now? Is this 5 gonna flip? See if this 15 can close bearish. I mean, look at that this morning. Disgusting, that, guys. That is minging. Minging.
Yeah, that's really messed me up today.
Oh, come on. Can we power down? Is this 30 going to fake out? If we get a fake out on this 30, wow, that would be fantastic. I'm just not sure we're going to get it. Look at the one. I mean, you closed bearish, bullish on the one, and there's a level here on the one. So you did close doji, but you're still heavily bullish. And until you get price action, you're still bullish technically. So until this one closes like that, then the price action we've got here is an evening star. That's a good sign, price coming down. But we haven't had it yet. So technically, we're still bullish. What are we long? $50. Can we get back down? This 5 is going to be interesting. How this is going to close. So it's been a tough morning though, Andre. I won't. Like, even doing the top-down analysis was just like, wow, this is nothing here. Absolutely nishka mushka. Nishka mushka. Come on, the 15. I think this is either going to be breaky. I mean, I took 50% out of this, which wasn't much.
So you're break even now, as in stop loss.
So we took the first trade. I closed that at break even, and then the second trade I took 50% out, and then we've still got 50% of the second trade on now.
Right, yeah.
But the risk's off the table.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
I mean, you could have held the first trade on, and it would have hit TP1. But the 15 closed back in, and that was my get out basically. Look at this 5 now.
Hindsight is always, 2020. So.
We might have the 5 flip back to the upside. I mean, to close back in on the 5 like this, you'd be thinking, okay, well, you probably need to break these highs. So, if this 5 closes bullish, just close out whatever we're at. It's probably no point. Only up $17.
So pop to the loop.
Yeah, no worries, mate. He's a 5 close. Still going to respect this level? Still respecting these. You're bullish though, guys, but you could just get stopped out here. We'll see. Next 5. That'll be the 15 driving up. Likely. It's likely we're gonna. Paolo! 100 from -7% to +8% is epic. Yeah, he's smashing it, man. Really good. A convincing 5 though, is it? Guys, I'm going to wait for this 15 to close. See what this 15 does. If we still respect this level again, that is a very good sign. Because if we're going to get stops hit and we need to break the highs, this 15's probably got to be the one what does it. And it might be coming up now as I'm talking. You would think this 15 is going to be the one. But if you close respecting this level again, I would probably say that the 30 is going to give us a fake out at that point. So I'm actually going to hold until the 15 closes. Oh. But these all should be up. TP1 got hit on the first trade, so I know a couple of members did hold it. So they were up 17 pips on the first trade and up 38 pips on the second trade. So they should have some nice profits on that. Come on, 15. How are you going to hold this level? Nah. Head me? Head me's like, nah, I'm not doing that for you, mate. I'm not doing that for you, mate. Let's have a look at GA quickly. Ah, look, GA. Missed us. Now what we can do with this. I can't remember what I said in regards to. Was it a fake out we were after for the two fakes out? Good look at that. This could just be a break and retest, you see, so it doesn't really help. It's flipped. Yeah, we'll stop, guys. Break even. I'm out at break even. Okay, so we are up. I was up 22 pips, I believe. 22 pips. Okay, so not too bad. Not too bad. We're up 22 pips. If you held both trades, you should be up 38 plus 17. What is that? 40, 50, maybe 55 pips. You're probably looking at 55 pips. Could be up. Oh. Oh. Okay. Right. Let's regroup, reassess, realign, recock, and re-engage. So we brought that high now. So the one is going to close in 16 minutes, but this is also the 4. 4 is going to close, and I really don't like the 4. Let's get for this, or the 6. What time on 10 o'clock? So if we remember about the 6, so the 6 range is this, but the 4 range is this. And this is what I'm saying, this could catch a lot of people out, because this is the 6-hour range, and the 6 might not want to push beyond that. It could reject from here. Therefore, but if you look at the 4-hour range, this is the 4-hour range, so you're probably thinking, okay, clean traffic it up, all the way up. But the 6 could reject. So again, this can catch a lot of people out. So we're trying to work out to see if we're going to reject from here or we're going to push up to fill the rest of this range. So it's all on. Where's the 4 range? Would we say? I would probably say around about that. It's the 4 range. So if the 4 closes respecting, you would be looking at sells to come back down. And that would be the 6 closing respecting this level. But you wouldn't be taking sells within a couple of hours because you would need a top wick and then a flip. So to be honest, I don't think this is going to be much more from goal for me today. And we've grabbed a little trade. Yeah, don't think so. Now, if we do, what you could look at, if you do get that 30-hour close, 30-minute close back below, and you get the fake out, you could look at taking that. But I'm not sure you're going to get it now. I think the 4 and the 6. Sorry, the 6 needs to fill its range, and the 6 needs to close. Then you need a top wick, and then you need the 6 to drive down. So I think goal's going to be very difficult this morning. So where sleeve goal? I'm going to have another look at Naz, see what Naz is doing. He's tapped that level, which is it broke out on the daily. You see, it broke out on the daily. Tapped, rejected. The 6 is to fill its range. You'd need a 6-hour close. If you got a 6-hour bearish close, you would look at sells down. The 4 to fill its range. So you've got another level here. novel, you would need a forward close below that to take sells. If you don't, I wouldn't just take a forward close. Would need a 4 because this could just be a break retest to come up. So NAS is not looking good. Awful day today. One of the worst days that honestly chart I've seen. And one of the worst days, especially with NAS, when NAS and gold, because I've never really been in a situation where NAS and gold are both all-time highs. Normally what happens is, so when I first started streaming, I was just on gold, and then gold went all-time highs, and all the trades were a lot more difficult. So then I moved to NAS. I was just trading NAS. And then it swapped. Gold then came down and NAS went all-time high, so I was back onto gold. But what's happening now is both pairs are all-time highs. So I'm like, fuck's sake. So we'll have to just explore some more pairs. And this is the good thing about Meraki, the way I trade, is you can actually do it on any pair really. But it's just you want to find a pair what really respects zones nicely and breaks nicely. They're the better pairs, but you can sort of read any charts. So yeah. I don't even know if I would take that. Really don't like it. Don't even think I'm going to touch NAS, guys. Let's have a look. Oil is the same situation. Wait for a daily or weekly. Our zones, either a weekly close above or set a daily close below. Here, did we get the pullback needed? So UK 100 is similar to all-time highs. Got a bit more to go off because you've got this to the left. God, we are respecting this level on the 6 hour. So the previous 6 closed bearish. Now we've had a top wick. Is this 6 going to flip? You've got 11 minutes left of it. You think if this 6 closes bullish, what are you thinking? What are you thinking you're going to get with the next 6? Well, we've only ever rejected once here. Once. So even if you close respecting here, it's only happened once. You could easily just drive through the next 6. You're 50-50 whether it's going to push up or go down. So again, it's now on this. This is gone now. I would have took the 1 if that 1 had closed back in. Don't know whether I would take this 1 now. Or could you? Because do you have an advantage point at 9252? Be the 2. 3 would still be bullish. You're still respecting this level. The 4 then would be bearish, and you would have a liquidity grab. But yeah, fully fill the range on the 4. See, that's the range on the 4 for me. 9265. So do you need to break the high again and then come down? So that's not ready. Ooh, I don't know whether I would take this. I think this might be a fake out. Come back up to then come down if we need to come down. Let's have a look at GA. That wing back would have been lovely on GA, but I can't take that now because we're going to close bullish on the 4. And if we close bullish on the 4, then we could be looking at any of these where you start coming back up. But I would need then a bottom wick, and I'd need my advantage point to be free. And what's my advantage point? It's this. This is my advantage point. What I could do actually is if we get a bottom wick on the 4. So it looks like you need to pull back to this level here. That's your advantage point there. This is previous support. So if the 4 opens up, it gives us a bottom wick first, we could maybe get buy stops on to come up to 20516. But I'd need a bottom wick first. The 6 look like? That would be the 6 closing bearish. Probably need a bottom wick fill. Yeah, we could probably look at that, guys. GA, but I need a bottom wick. If we don't, if we tap this, I'm done for the day. 2051. Not sure we're gonna get a bottom wick though. This is the thing, no bottom wick gone. This is what I need. Pull back, tap. Oh, I'll tell you what. It's a 3 hour, that looks better. 3, if we can get something like that with the next 3, I would still take this wing back buy, even though I'm looking at this. 3 close, don't tap our zone. Then you close bullish on the 3, then you get a bottom wick and then you flip to drive up. Okay. It does look like we need to tap that even if we want to drive down. I'm just trying to look at stops, see if stops, could we bring stops a bit tighter? I'm thinking if we bring stops to that, now that we've closed bullish, shouldn't really be breaking that. Yeah. Below this. Okay. Yeah, I think I might be interested in that, guys. But this be of the 4. It's 4 I don't like. Because when you get a bullish 4, you don't tend to pop down again. I mean, you think, try and identify all the areas you came into this area, right? So, which is here. Which is here. 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 Back into the area. Here. Here. And if you, what you're looking for now is when price comes into this area, the first time you get a bullish close, which is there, which is there, which is there, which is there, 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 and there. The first time you get a bullish close, you drive up off the 4. So it tells me that you shouldn't really be popping down again unless you're going to drive down. So would we take this bottom wick? Would we take this wing back buy? You do tend to pop down here, but that's after you mess about. Yeah, do you know what? Yeah, I think I'm going to do this, guys. So this will be off the 4 hour. If we can get a pullback, I'm going to look at a buy stop above, and I only need a pullback to maybe this, right? If this 4 taps this level at 20517, it's gone. I'm done for the day, right? But if the new 4 opens up, pulls back, taps, I'll have a buy stop above, but I'll also have the wing back buy from 2045. Okay, that's what I've got going on. Wing back buys. My stops would be 204216. I'll only be risking 0.5%, I think, on this, which is $250 on a 50k account. So that's what I'm going to be looking at on GA. You play music there, Andre?
Yeah, sorry, you want me to turn it off?
No, it's alright. It's quite nice. What you doing? Are you doing the keyboard?
Yeah, it's just some jazz, some light jazz.
Yes. Light jazz.
I found it's the only thing that calms me down these days.
Really?
You know, with the two young ones.
Yeah.
It's just that when we have dinner time, I need some calm jazz music.
Yeah.
Otherwise, my head explodes.
Yeah. Do you know what I like? I like movie soundtracks.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, movie soundtrack. I love Andrea Bocelli. Fantastic,
Oh, yeah.
Andrea Bocelli. But movie soundtracks, like the theme tune from like Castaway and Braveheart, things like that. Fantastico.
I quite like a good musical for soundtrack as well. To be honest, I love theatre musicals.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big fan actually. You know, I've got the young ones, so you know, Frozen and all that.
Yeah,
stuff.
I do.
I love movies. So actually, I watched the other day on Disney the theatre production of Frozen.
Really?
It was the one from the UK.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Have you seen The Lion King? What they were doing in the UK?
I've seen The Lion King, yeah, in person, in the theatre. That was also really amazing.
Would love to have seen that.
But it's so expensive these days.
Oh no.
I had a look for tickets the last time I was in the UK to take the kids and my girlfriend at the time, and I think that, you know, when I go to the theatre, I want to sit good seats, you know, and kind of pretty close to the front.
Yeah.
And I think you're looking at between 130, 140 pounds per ticket. I was like, I mean, I'm sorry, I can't afford that. And then I found, now here's, if you're ever going to go to London and you want to watch a musical, go and watch Wicked.
Really?
And the week before, what they do the week before each, you know, show, they release the front row of that show, of each performance for the next week.
Yeah.
At £20 per ticket.
Really?
So and they say you can buy only 2 at a time, but I was able to buy 4.
Yeah.
And so we sat right in the front, in the middle, for £20 per person. It was absolutely amazing.
And thing is, though, you'd enjoy it more. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When it's that price.
Yeah.
You enjoy it more.
And it wasn't the best music I've seen, so I'm glad I didn't pay full price.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it.
Yeah, man. I do like a good musical, like.
My favourite is Les Miserables. I've seen it, I think, 6 times now.
Really? I've not seen that.
Actually love it. The first time was back in, I think it was in 95, 94. They had a travelling production that came to South Africa.
Yeah.
And I watched it there with my parents and actually fell in love with it. And then when I went to London, that was one of the first things I watched. And then I watched it again a couple of years ago with my new wife. Yeah, love it. And also last time we were there, I got some good seats for us. I think 2 or 3 rows from the front. And then I was a proper fanboy. I was sitting there singing along and everything. And then
your missus looking at you like, who are you?
Oh, mate.
Who is this person?
Let me stop the music so I can actually say. Okay, you're gonna love this. Let me just stop the music here. So there's in the beginning, I kind of one of the second or third or fourth song, whatever. The main character, you know, is he's been in jail and then he gets released and there was going to be a court or something, whatever. And then he's got, you know, it plays off in the French Revolution era or whatever. And then he's got this it's almost like the passport they had to walk around with when they were jailed before, you know, so everybody knew you were a criminal.
Yeah.
So then, you know, the character is like, I'm done with this, and he tears up this thing, and then as part of the crescendo, he throws, you know, the scrap paper into the crowd. Then we caught a piece, or my missus caught a piece.
Yeah.
And she was like all pissed off because, you know, he threw his rubbish here in the face. And I was like, oh my God, you caught a piece of the show, and I took it, and I was like crying.
Over the moon.
I absolutely love it so much. And then later, we walked past the theatre just as the evening show was finishing, and then the cast was starting to come out the back door. So I was waiting there, and then this actor, he came out. And I was like, oh my god, mate, hi! I caught your piece of paper. Can you please sign it to me? And I still have it here with me. Absolutely, I was such a fanboy.
Yeah. I'll tell you what isn't cheap. I was looking at getting tickets for me and Mason to go and watch Newcastle v Newcastle v Barcelona.
Yeah.
Nearly 800 quid. Guys, I'm getting a buy stop above. Yeah, nearly 800 quid. I was like, I can't really justify this here. That's the thing with me. It's not like I haven't got the money to do it. It's more the justification of things. That's what I struggle with. You know what I mean? Like, I won't go to like I will not go to places if things are overly priced, like stupidly.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I've got a buy limit on the wing back buy. Okay. I'm also gonna have a buy stop. Trade idea. Wait. Trying to get it on quick. I'm gonna have a buy stop off the 4. This is off the forward time frame. I might even leave this with you, right? I'm gonna have a buy stop. It's off the 4. That's it. Advantage point. Take price move to break even. Stops for this trade is this 204216. Okay. Let me get this on first, and then I'll put the trade idea. So 5. So I've got a ready buy stop. So I've got a buy stop at 204968. 204968. And modify stops are 2.04216. And my TP, my target is actually right up here. 20. Because if we've got this right and price needs to come back up, it needs to break the highs. 9621. We're there though. I haven't checked news here. Let me just have a look at news. I think there's news. No. Oh, it's gone. Oh, it's only low impact. Okay, yeah, we're fine. We're fine. Okay, so I've got a buy stop on here, and I've got a buy limit here also. Stops are the same. Take price and move to break even are the same also. We've had the pullback needed. That's good. 5.20961. Okay, that's on that. Get it on the trade ideas. Stop. GA entry at 2.04168. Stops are the same, TP is the same, TP2 is the same. There that is. Lovely. We are on. We are on. Yeah, so I wanted to buy me Mason tickets for Newcastle Barcelona, which would be something he would never ever forget for the rest of his life. It would be amazing for him. It was 800 quid the tickets, and I just thought, because you can't get a ticket through the club anymore. It's like a ballot thing. It's like Lucky Dip type of thing. So I was like, can I justify it? I just couldn't justify it. However, and then I thought, okay, well, we need to go and watch a match. We haven't watched one for a while. So I've got this weekend, Newcastle v Wolves, which is about 70 quid a ticket, basically. So, which is better, but still, it's more expensive than normal price tickets. So we're going to Newcastle v Wolves this weekend, or what's that? But Newcastle Barcelona, 800 quid, like, you just... And I was going to take Emma to a rugby game, Wales against... I can't remember who it was against now. Rugby, because she likes the rugby, Emma. And then down in Cardiff, they were like over £1,000 for 2 tickets. And again, I just couldn't justify it. Could not justify it.
What the hell, man?
Yeah, it's just a third party sites, isn't it? That's all it is. Third party sites.
Like, when I grew up, South Africa was also big in rugby. We used to go to the old stadium in Cape Town, and then they had at the bottom of the field, they had these seats only for kids. It was like the little mini pavilions, like there were three rows.
Yeah.
And back then, a ticket used to cost like R2, which would be not even 50p or something. And you could buy a day ticket, or you can even get a season pass, and it was so cheap.
Yeah.
So we used to go there and watch big games. It was the same price back then. And at the end of the game, which was the best, at the end of the game, all the kids were allowed to run onto the field and go and say hi to their favorite players and give them a pat on the back and things like that.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it's good like that, and
Yeah.
I like footballers who do sort of allow that type of thing for the youngins. Honestly, I love football. I love the sport, right? But I hate where it's going. I hate where the money's taking it. I hate the players. Well, not all the players, but the caliber of players what we have now. They're really showing that they're just boys and not men.
Yeah.
It's not like the olden days. And I just think it's because they're too spoiled. Everyone's pussyfooting around them. They really think they're gods, and it really puts me off them. But yeah, back in the day, it was just miles better. They'd come and meet you outside and things like that.
Yeah.
I remember when I was a kid, I met Peter Beardsley. You know who Peter Beardsley is?
No.
He used to play for Newcastle. And I actually didn't meet him at a game. I met him at a pantomime. So my auntie used to take me to pantomimes around Christmas.
Yeah.
See, I like them. So she used to take us every year to the pantomimes in Newcastle. And he was one of the actors in it. And we waited for him after, got like his signature and things like that. But it was fantastic. But I was in proper awe. I must have been 9, something like that. I was in proper awe when I seen him. Like,
yeah.
But yeah. It's a strange thing. Like, do you like him? I tell you one movie I do like. Have you ever seen Les Miserables, the newer one with Russell Crowe?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
I enjoyed that, I remember my wife was like, "What are you watching?" Because like grown men, they're talking, and all of a sudden they break out into song. And she's like, "What the hell are you watching here?"
So the actress who now currently plays Elsa, the main character on the Frozen musical, she played in Les Miserables movie as well. She played the character Eponine in there.
Yeah.
Who's the one love interest, or the one who loves one of the other main characters as well. So yeah, it's and Hugh Jackman, great voice.
Yeah.
And there's a new movie coming out now where he's going to play a character that is in a Neil Diamond tribute band. I just saw it yesterday, and that actually looks really good as well. But Russell Crowe, he's the best singer.
He's my uncle. He's my uncle.
No. Russell Crowe.
He's not really, guy. I'm waiting for someone to message him and go, "He's saying that you're his uncle." No, he's not really. We do look alike though. Oh.
Yeah, it's definitely resemblance.
Well, right. Very tough morning, guys. And people in the group, especially the school community, they're going to be thinking, Andre, they're going to think, what the fuck is Pete doing trading GBP AUD?
It's good to have some variation.
It is. But the way I see trading, it's like having a new girlfriend when you trade a new pair. You've got to work out what pushes her buttons, how does she move, how not to piss her off. You've got to build up that relationship with that pair. I do believe that. But the good thing about Meraki, you can get onto any pair and actually read the charts. So yeah. Well, we've had a nice win this morning, which is nice. I'm back on tomorrow. I'm not on Friday because obviously I'm going up to Newcastle.
Yeah.
Ready for the game. And then next week I should be full week. Full week next week.
Right, but yeah, I think I'll probably drop off as well.
Yeah, I won't be much longer anyway. I'm just gonna update something. Man, jumping off, Andre. I think what I'll do in the future is I won't open the Zoom until you're messaging the YouTube to say can you open the
that's
Zoom.
fine.
That'll help me out as well because
Yeah,
it saves me having it open and it sort of slows
Exactly.
everything down.
exactly. You focus on the stream, and then if I'm happy to join, then I join up.
Yeah. Cool.
All right, mate, and see you again, Paolo.
Paulo. Peter
Have a
BC.
good day, mate.
What's he saying here? Thanks, mate. Drop down. Oh, that was you going from -7 to 8%. That's unreal, that though.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
Really good.
So, let's see if it continues.
Yeah. Talking of movie sound, I really like Inception. That is a nice one. Hans Zimmer, I like Hans Zimmer. Piano. On the piano. He was a good looking. Peter Beasley was a good looking chap. I like it. Cool. Yeah. He was like, right guys, thanks a lot for jumping on. I'm going to leave this trade with you, okay? Any updates with it, I'll pop it in the school community. If you watch on YouTube, thanks for joining. If you watch a recording again, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, put your notifications on. That'll tell you when I'm on. I trade most weekdays from 8 AM London time, unless I'm away or doing something. If you watch on TikTok, follow along. Thanks for joining. Hit the follow button. And then, yeah, so I'm going to love yous and leave yous. And I will see you tomorrow, 8 o'clock. We're up 22 pips this morning on stream. See you tomorrow, guys. Toodaloo.